Hey, welcome to Cuff and Stuff Barbecue. Well, today I hope we got another good one for you. Today we're going to do a brisket in the pit barrel cooker. Now, we're going to be using two of my favorite things. One I have found is just an old standby for me. You've seen me use it before, and that is Uncle Steve's shake. Now, today I'm going to be using thick meat. I love it on brisket. I've gotten to where I don't use much of anything else. Also, today I'm going to do an injection, and this is Cosmo Q's injection. This is his reserve blend, and we're going to try that on the brisket. I've got about a 7-pound flat that we're going to use, so this is going to be a good one, so hang tight. Okay, you can see this is our flat. Now I've trimmed it up some. There's still a little bit of silver skin left on it, but not enough really to matter a whole lot. There was part of the decal left, and we trimmed this fat down. We're within a 1/4 inch everywhere, but because of the way we're going to cook this, it's not going to matter much. So first thing let's do, let's mix up our injection. So let me get everything together and I'll bring you back. Okay, well, this is beef consomme. You can buy it. This was already made up. Per the directions, we're going to pour, this is 2 cups. We're going to pour 1/3 of a cup and mix it up well. I can tell already this is going to be good stuff. Smells good. But let's take and mix it up real good, and when we get it mixed and load the injector, I'll bring you back. Okay, well, we've got that mixed up. Let's load our injector and we'll go about every inch or so. And this is sort of a small brisket. All right. So that's got that. And see, we used probably 1/3 of it in this little brisket. So that'll tell me next time I can cut back when I'm doing one that small. Okay, well, as I said, Uncle Steve's shake, the thick meat. I'm going to take and put a nice healthy coating. I really like the pepper content, and you can see this has a good bit of black pepper in it. And Uncle Steve, the man knows his shake. I understand he's coming out with a new one for pork. That's going to be interesting. I can't wait to try that. He's been really good to us. If you haven't seen Uncle Steve's shake yet, I definitely advise you to check it out. My family is hooked on the gator shake. It is just, oh my gosh, that's the crack rock for this family. I get it, and we use it up quick. It doesn't take long. And it goes on everything from meats to fish to green beans to, man, I did zucchini chips in the dehydrator and used it in that, and man, those things just disappeared. So if you haven't tried it, as you see, we're covering it down. I'm gonna let this sit here for a few minutes and just let it, for lack of a better word, marinate in this rub. And you see I've done it pretty heavily. I've got a nice coating all the way around on this. And this is, again, a pretty decent sized piece of meat, so it'll take it. And that's gonna make us a good bark too. And I'm gonna tell you, putting it in that pit barrel, it is a set it and forget it kind of thing. All right, well, that's Uncle Steve's shake. We're gonna let this sit here. I'll bring you back. I'll show you how we're gonna hang this, and we're gonna use 2 hooks. So I'm gonna show you how to put hooks in and how to hang this. And when we do that, we'll bring you back. Okay, this is probably sitting 15 minutes or so. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this first hook through, and you just push it all the way through like that, okay? And I've got enough room, you see, where it will hang. The second one, I'm gonna go the other way. I'm gonna take and hook it, and I want it to go down through and just like that. Okay, you see I've got the little small pit barrel chimney full of charcoal. You can't see down in there, but I put a decent amount of charcoal in the basket already in the bottom. As we start to pour it, I'll show you. This is my little cheap trick for starting my charcoal. Paper towel. I just put some oil on it, and we're fired up. Get the paper towel started. This one was a little damp. I thought it was good enough. Yeah, it's gonna get going. And we let it catch for a second. And then we're just gonna cover the paper towel with the chimney. And we're gonna get that charcoal going, and we'll bring you back. Okay, we've got our little chimney ready here. Let's take this grate out. We're not gonna use it. All right, and let's take, and I'm not sure you can see this still. I'm not sure about the light here, but I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna pour it dead center in the middle. All right, let's put the rods back in. And it's necessary for it to function right. Now, something I'm not gonna do, I'm not gonna monitor the internal temp. I'm gonna monitor the meat temperature. I've got it set per pit barrel's instructions on the vent at the bottom. So let's take our meat and we're gonna take and hang this just like this and get him about in the center, and we're just gonna let it cook. Now, I don't, again, have the anything monitoring the pit barrel. You don't really regulate it, and that's one of the best things for a beginning cook. This is the smoker I always suggest if somebody has never smoked anything and they don't want to go to a pellet smoker and spend a bunch of money. This pit barrel smoker is the thing. It is almost as set it and forget it as you can. You set the bottom vent for the altitude. There's something about how they calculated the holes with the rods in them to get the exact temperature you need for doing this. So I just trust that it does what they says it does, and I don't ever have a problem with it. So what I am gonna do is I'm gonna put a probe down in the meat so I can monitor that meat temperature. I'm gonna go to 160, 165. When we start checking it, I'll bring you back. Okay, we're sitting on about 160 degrees here. We haven't moved on this probe in a while. Well, let's see. Oh yeah, our bark set. Tell you what, let's do. I would say that we probably have hit the stall. So there's what she looks like. Oh, she's pretty. And this bark set. Let's wrap her up. Okay. So let's pull the hooks out, both sides here. I wish you could smell this. Boy, this smells good. All right, so let's fold him up good and tight here. Wrap him up good and tight, like that. All right, so let's pull the rods out, put the grate in, excuse me. Let's put the brisket back in. I'm gonna put this back through here. We're gonna put the lid on, and then I'm not gonna check him again until he gets to the temperature and the tenderness that I want. So when we do, I'll bring you back. Okay, well, the thermometer says we have reached our temperature. Question is it gonna probe? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's like butter. Well, there's only one thing left to do, and that is take him off. All right, so take the rods out, and let's take the probe out. Okay, and we're gonna take him and put him into the pan here. All right, let's take him in. We'll let this sit about, I don't know, somewhere between half an hour and an hour, and let it rest, cool off, and then we'll bring you back. Okay, we've let this rest for, I don't know, 45 minutes, an hour. Let's unwrap him. Let's see what we got. Oh my goodness. Look at this. Still hot. Hot, 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 hot. Now, let's take this and slice it right down the middle. And let's see what the pit barrel did for us. Oh my goodness. Look at the smoke ring. How juicy. Oh my goodness gracious. Well, all right. let's take, squirting everywhere. Let's cut a few slices here and just see what we got. Oh my. This is tender as it can be. Juice is running all over the cutting board. Good stuff. Well, this big piece. Look. And it's still blazing hot. Okay. My favorite part. Oh my goodness. Let me tell you something. The pit barrel cooker, okay? The combination with that Uncle Steve's thick meat shake, I don't need anything else. This is tender. Look how that pulls apart. Smoke ring. I mean, could you be any easier than this pit barrel cooker? I don't think so. Absolutely delicious. But if you don't want to spend a lot of money and you're a beginning cooker, pit barrel smoker is the thing. And if you're not, and you haven't tried Uncle Steve's shake, the thick meat is perfect. That's my favorite all-time rub on brisket. Thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed already, help us out. Hit this circle over here. We'll also have another video over here. Until the next time, hang tight.